All right, welcome back to, if you have been joined us on the Report Pro 101, this is Report Pro 201. What we're going to go over today with you is the customization of the multi-point inspections, on how you can add the inspections, how you should add your notes and recommendations, possibly even can jobs to your inspections. And if you have a question going along, Lewis Mead, our West Coast trainer, is on board with us that he can answer your questions through the chat box. You are muted, so we do not hear any of your conversations. We will give time at the end to ask questions or chat with questions. Remember, this inspection that we're doing and showing you today, this can be a 101 for you. That way you can dial in and set an appointment time with me, and we can do a one-on-one with you if you need some additional help after this training. All training is available as a one-on-one. That if you need the instruction, be more than welcome to do a one-on-one with you over any of our products, from Lube Sticker on through to mobile. All right, so let's take a look at this. Let's see how we found this first off. This is the Report Pro page. And click on the Customize, and in here you have the multi-point inspection. Clicking on the multi-point inspection gives you a listing of the inspections that are currently available for your technicians. You will be able to add your own simply by using the Add button, which we'll touch on in a moment. You can go into the points editor. Inside the points editor, each one of these items are a point, which we'll talk about in detail in a moment. The go-to store, I want to point this out to you. For the customers that are new to Mobile Manager and you haven't decided whether you're going to build your own or use just the multi-point preventative maintenance inspection, you have options. Clicking on the go-to store, there are over 50 inspections in here available for you to download. They are free. They were inspections that were built by other shops, and they've asked us to share them with you. And some of them are pretty large and comprehensive, so check them all out. I will point out one to you that has been downloaded 264 times since October. Check out the inspection. You can review each inspection by simply selecting the inspection here. And here is the inspection, how it looks. As you see, he has road test operations as groups, and then he has those items underneath it. Anything with a plus sign has notes and recommendations that are added. You can simply select this download template and download it, available onto your PC and available for immediate use through your tablets. And you can review any and all of these inspections, like this quick checklist here that was built by us here at Bolt-On. And this is the one that I use for doing one-on-one training for your shops. And there are some that I've put some additional notes in. And I've also added an additional line down here for miscellaneous pictures. So these are available for you to download. They only take seconds to download. Once they've downloaded to your computer, here it is, a quick checklist. You have the ability to click on the quick checklist or whatever inspection that you've downloaded, and inside there are your points. Now, you can build points. You can use the points that are over here. As you see, there's a listing of them. Now, what do the points do? All right, so inspect drive belts is the heading here. Double click on that, and it'll take you inside the inspect drive belts, where here it shows you the general tab, the point description, associated category. Well, you always want to assign a category or associate a category with the item in hand. For reporting purposes, this gives you a better understanding of your business when you have assigned categories to select items, so that way you can see them in your reports. There's one report that strictly says sales by category. So if you have these items assigned to categories, by all means, you'll be able to view those in those reports. The month interval and the odometer interval you can set up for items. Inside here, let's start over here on the right, is canned recommendations. In the canned recommendations is what would happen when your technician selects the recommendation line. It will populate with these items. Now, inside your inspection, you have a green, yellow, and red tab. By selecting yellow or red, if you've turned these on, if this was on right now and your technician selected it yellow, it would automatically populate with this information. Now, this here says the belts are cracked, and this is the type of text that you can type in. I suggest that you put this type of text in your own words, or at least what you would expect to see from your technician. By doing so, when your technician opens up the inspection, those type of text will be there for him, and the technician doesn't have to worry about spelling errors or what do I think about. I want to recommend it, but he could spend 5 minutes on trying to figure out what he wants to type in for the recommendation or a simple note. If you have those things available for your technician, then all he would need to do is select them. Okay, serpentine belt. Here's another one here. One states that it's cracked. This states that it's a serpentine belt. The other one could be a V belt of some sort. And again, if this was selected in red, if your technician selected that red indicator, it would populate with this information. Now, once he does that and selects the recommendation line, that recommendation goes immediately to Mitchell onto the vehicle tab as a recommendation of service. The canned notes. These are typically just notes. All right, I'm sorry, Lou, you're going to have to check that. Canned notes, the belt definition. It explains what the belt does and is, a broken belt. All right, again, this type of information can be typed in from you to stop the technician from putting his own notes in. Your technician has the ability to put his own notes in at any time. But if you already put some canned notes in here for him, all he would need to do is click on the line, technician note line, and then select whatever would be in here. But he would see that on his tablet, not from here. All right. You could also add any canned jobs to the inspection for your technician to help out with your service writer. By adding canned jobs and your technician selects the canned job, it would then write to the sub-estimate, the next sub-estimate that's available on the work order. It does 3/4 of the job for your service writer when your technician selects a canned job. Your service writer at that point, when he's reviewing the inspection, and then he goes in and sees that there's a recommendation and that there is a canned job, he would just need to go in and add the part numbers and prices for the belt to complete it. So 3/4 of his job for building the recommendation is already there. All right, as a sub-estimate. It will write to sub-estimate 1. If there was already a sub-estimate in sub-estimate 1, it will then proceed to sub-estimate 2. All right. So again, this can all be done as a one-on-one also with your shop. Now, one thing about this, if you are in your computer, and it can be done from any computer, but if you're on your computer and you're in the midst of working on the inspection and someone calls you away, please move out of the inspection. You don't need to save. You can just click on it and move off the inspection itself. And this way, it would allow you to enter back into the inspections from another computer, and you would be able to save it. If this is open and you're in an inspection and then you try to go in on another computer, you can open it up and start to work on that inspection, but one of the two computers is not going to save the information. So one computer can work on them at any given time. You can move off of this and go to another computer at another time, and you would be able to work on that. These are for the mobile manager, yes. Okay. Let's go back in here. I do want to show you something. For people that do not have the mobile technology, there is a custom multi-point inspection. That is this paper style. This was prior to having mobile. Okay, for people that have mobile, this is done away with. You cannot edit it. You can print it out still, but now with the mobile technology, you have the ability to build as many inspections and any type of inspections as you so call you need in your shop. For people that do not have mobile, you would be able to edit this. And what I mean by edit this would be this section of the inspection only. This section here and down and up top cannot be edited. But this information here can be. You would need to go into the customize and the multi-point inspection to then be able to edit this information. Again, if you need some help with that, call in, set a time, and we can do a one-on-one training with you. Okay, I got it. All right, custom multi-point inspection. Back to that again. So you can go in and completely build your own inspection. If you have a paper inspection that your guys are used to dealing with, you can go in here and simply add the inspection. Name your inspection, and you can add groups. What I mean by adding groups would be like under hood, inside, inspect dashboard lights, things of that nature. Fluids, where when you have the car up in the air, you could check underneath. Or when the car is down on the ground and the hood's open and you check fluids, you would be able to say, check power steering fluid, check brake fluid, coolant levels, and battery, so on. You can make your groups. Now, your groups, thank you, team chat. All right, so add groups if you wish. You would need to start it off with at least one group to add items to it. Now, what do you mean by add items? Well, let's say you've selected inside car. So inside car, you want to check the horn. You want to check dashboard lights. You could simply grab the horn and slide it over, but it won't let you stick it in here right now because there's no group. So if we just simply went in and say add group and say, let's just say car, you can add what you wish. Simply then grab that, as long as you have something there, slide it over to place. You see that black line it falls under? You could set that on there. That becomes a point under the group called car. What else is going on inside? You can check anything else that you find. If there's something that you want to find inside, maybe cabin air filter. Okay. If there's something that you want to change on cabin air filter, you can just simply select it. And again, there it is. And you can take that 12 off of there if you'd like, or simply put something else in there. Give the notes that you wish to see from your technician as far as the cabin air filter is dirty or cabin air filter is okay, hard to access, or simply state maybe it doesn't have one. There is no cabin air filter on this model. Put something like that. Click Add, give it a short title, and give it the definition. Basically, what you see here, a short title, then give it the definition. All right, could be NA, and something here that this model does not contain a cabin air filter. Something to show the customer and something to show the service writer. CAN recommendations, again, things that you expect to see from your technician. Okay, so you have the ability to go in there. Now, if there's something that's inside, maybe seat belts, check restraining system, something like that. If you do not see it on your list, you can go in and add it. What do I mean by go in and add it? Go to Open Points Editor and simply add a new point. Type in what that point would be, restraint system, seatbelts, whatever you want to call it, and click OK. It would then give it, and let's just simply go seatbelts, and click OK. There you have it. What's the category? Maybe there is no category for seatbelts. If there isn't, it's simple to go into Mitchell and add a category. All right, let's see. Do we have anything in here? Seatbelt service. Yeah, we'll use that. Again, you can add month interval to have it checked, odometer interval, CAN notes. Again, you can type in your CAN notes. Remember, your technicians will have the ability to add their own. But if you have something in there prior to it, then that's even better yet. All they need to do is open it up and they can select a note. Okay, notes on the inspections are something that's just a note. It's just what's going on with the item. All right, an issue. But the next thing would be for canned recs. That's what will actually build the repair job, the recommendation, onto the vehicle tab as a recommendation. So again, notes are things that are shared with basic information. The canned recs are the recommendation of what to do. All right? So you can continue to build up your inspections however you want. Remember, you can download the inspections, have these inspections available, open them up, and copy and paste notes. So if you're looking at this courtesy inspection that I pointed out earlier that's been downloaded a couple hundred times, there are a ton of notes in here that you can open up and you can copy those notes. Simply open them up. You can copy and paste them into your inspection. Same thing with CAN recs. Now, CAN recs are a little bit different. Actually, no, they're not with this. I'm sorry. So, yes, you can copy over notes, also CAN recs. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, on the main screen here, when you're sharing your inspections with your customers, if you have been doing that already, you simply see this HTTP information, this URL. All right, as you see, what we've added here is hi, the customer name, to view your personalized inspection report for your vehicle. Now, these things in brackets are hotkeys. What they'll do is, using this question mark here, this gives you heads up for wildcards. All right, the URL is the link to the inspection report that you see here. So what we've added to this was the customer's first name. Using this information here, you can't double click on it, but you can add it in. All right, and the vehicle. So this way it's going to show the customer's name for that report, and it would show the vehicle that this inspection report is on. So then your customer would simply click on this line and view their inspection on their device, whether it be in a text message or via in an email. All right? So make sure you take care of that. If you do not add this information prior, it can be something as simple as, hi, this is Joe from XYZ shop. click on it to view your inspection report. You know, this way we're giving the customer a little bit of personalization. All right? So add that to your inspections. If not, they're just going to see that URL, HTTP information. The customer's going to sit there and go, what do I do with that? All right? So that is under the sharing options. Under inspection options, the inspections, if you have been using the inspections, when your technician opens the inspection, it asks you if you would like to add the labor lines to the inspection. Here's where you can select never ask, always just add it, or simply ask me. And that will show up. If it says ask me and they say yes, it will show up as today's request under. That means what the vehicle is here in your shop for today, maybe just a lube oil filter, and you open up the inspection and you click on that yes, it will add that lube oil filter under today's request. So that way everything is on the inspection report for that vehicle being in your shop today. Okay? Does anybody have any questions on the inspections right now? We'll take a moment just to see if we have any questions coming up. Again, this can be a one-on-one with whoever's building your inspection. We can help you out with these. Okay. All right, inspections. Now, keep in mind, you can have as many inspections on here as you'd like. But for your technicians, if you have multiple inspections, when you're adding and entering a work order, you may want to use the note field to simply indicate what inspection your technician should do at that time for that vehicle. All right? Because if not, you're going to have all these inspections on there, and they will be able to select whichever one they want to do. But if you've already made a note which the inspection they should do, then there you go. Okay. The question is, when will a tech be able to access Mitchell parts and labor on the inspection sheet? I do believe that's in process. Would be a future request. And again, things happen really quick, but that might be something that's a little bit more involved in the programming end of things, so that may take some time. All right? All right. Okay, so that's it for the inspections. Again, if you have any questions, you can type them in there to the chat, and we'll see what we can do for you. All right, welcome station. For people that have the welcome station, this is something that you can do through Report Pro, is where you can add your popular jobs. Use the seasonal upsells for summer, winter, fall, spring. You can simply go in here and add these items to it simply by typing in a title and a brief description, so your customers would be able to see these items. If it indeed is fall, spring, summer, winter, or weather upsells. If it's raining outside, if it's snowing outside, things that your customers can select from the welcome station, for those of you that have welcome station. Okay, extreme cold, extreme heat, things of that nature. All right. Again, this can be set up as a 101 for you if you need some help doing those things, setting them up. All right, so let's take a look at Report Pro and see what we did cover in 101, which I believe most of this was. I think we've talked about your emails and how to set up emails. Okay, we give you a setup wizard. If anybody was having a problem with that, please don't hesitate to call into the shop and get some, or just simply remote in, type in the description area what's going on and see what the next technician will be able to fix that or help you out with that issue. Okay. All right, there's a questions coming up. But you have the line drawing of the car. We can include with the vehicle when it comes in, just like the picture you use on the old inspection. Oh, I got you. Is that for the tablet, Maximilian? Is that the tablet you're talking about? Yes? Okay, well, in the tablet, let's go back for a second. The question is could they have something like this line drawing so you can point out damage? Well, the nice thing about the tablets, and on your inspection, if you've added, maybe one of the first things you might want to do is put in body damage pictures. So if you've made a point, and let's make a point here, called body damage. All right, and let's go. Okay, body damage, click OK, a category. You could simply use this point. All right, and let's take a look where that body damage is. And I'm sure I've passed it already. Body damage. So you could simply use that body damage and slide it up into place. So the first thing your technician does is take some pictures of any body damage and makes notes of any of the body damage. Okay, in the beginning, when you set up a new customer or an existing customer on the tablet, you have the ability under the vehicle tab to take a single picture of the vehicle. That's for your technician to know what vehicle he's dealing with. In your inspection, or if you have an inspection all by itself just for body damage, you would give the technician the ability here to simply take multiple pictures. Pictures are not limited to just one. Okay, you can take as many pictures as you need on a line item or on the actual entire inspection. It is not limited to an amount of pictures. Okay, does that help you out at all? Okay, yep, there you go. Okay, everybody grab a hold of that. Any questions on the inspections again? Okay. All right, one other thing here. Let's go into, how about, I know I've touched on this last time. Under Customize and Customize Invoice, one of the issues that they want me to point out again, coupons. Excuse me. Using the advanced coupons. What can we do with that? The advanced coupons works off of categories of your recommendations. Okay, so things need to be set up, items need to be set up with categories. All right, and here's the categories in Mitchell. Again, you can simply add categories inside of Mitchell pretty easy. So let's just say a customer is in today for an oil change, and there's a lube oil filter. Okay, so knowing that Lube Sticker sets up the recommendations, or a recommendation for an oil change the next time, selecting the button on there produces the recommendation on the vehicle tab, processes the date, and inside Lube Sticker is the area where you need to set up the category for the lube oil filter. All right, and here we happen to have the category set up. So this is what you could do. You come in here, you look at your category, you can build a category, again in Mitchell, come in here and set up the custom coupon or advanced coupon. This gives you the opportunity to give a customer a discount from the recommendation. So if you have built the custom coupon like we did here for lube oil filter, you can go in there and simply add the $5 off or whatever discount that you wish to give for the next oil change and click the update button. It turns that indicator yellow. And now if the customer has the recommendation on their order today for the lube oil filter the next time, it could populate the number one coupon on that customer's invoice. Here, it would show that $5 discount from the recommendation of the lube oil filter. And again, you can do this on any of your categories that you wish to go ahead and build a discount for. All right, again, simply select them, whatever that category would be, and type in a discount of some sort and update it, and there you go. If that customer has an actual shaft recommendation, it would then produce a custom coupon for it. Okay? There we go. Custom coupons. Okay. Now, I'm going to open this up for a little bit here. Any questions that we have on anything else? Let's see. We got some questions popping up here. Go ahead, Louis. What you got?
Hey, Ben, do you want to state about Inspection Editor?
I'm sorry, Ben had a question.
Well, I see the one that he wants to annotate or add photos from the PC interface, but that won't work because that would be then through Mitchell.
You mean if you were in, right, if he was in Inspection Manager and he's reviewing the inspection, is there a way, there is not a way currently, to change or add pictures from the PC? That has to be done through the tablet. I believe there is something in future updates. Again, that's one of those things that, when it's going to happen, if it can possibly happen at all.
Way to add quick link within this. There's no way to add a quick link either, which would be a vendor.
Okay. Oh, John has a question here. When will a time clock feature be built in? Well, again, that's a future update. We are not privy to that information, but I know it is in there as a future update. I know a lot of people have been asking for it, so those type of requests seem to get moved up on the list. And that's what I know of that. All right. Okay. So what else we got here? Let's go over some of the tools.
Nick Howard's.
Okay.
Copy of duplicate. Inspection template.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's see what else. Go back. Is there anything further back? Copy or duplicate an existing inspection. Okay. One helpful feature would be the ability to copy or duplicate an existing inspection. Okay. I believe I've heard something of that in the past, where a customer would like to copy an inspection, rename it to give it something else, maybe add a couple other items to it without having to rebuild the whole thing. Is that what you're talking about, Nick? Yes, correct. Okay. I did hear of something about that. Again, that could be in a future update. All right. I don't know the status of that. Again, I'm not privy to that information, but I did hear something about that before where somebody was building an inspection and they said, oh, I'd like to add 5 or 6 other items to it, and I don't want to rebuild the whole thing. So, yes, let me mark this down for Nick. Inspection dupe. I'll let you know, Nick. I'll get back to you on that one. All right. Question came up, Karen. How do you delete or remove incomplete inspections? Okay.
I responded.
Now, you did? All right.
Yeah, just
there you go.
Press and hold down on it.
Okay. So can everybody see that or understand that? Now, Karen, there is a question about that. Where are the incomplete inspections? Are they in Report Pro under Inspection Manager? Can you see them here? Or are you wishing to remove them completely? If you remove them from the tablet, they're gone. You can, if they're listed up here on your Inspection Manager. If any of you guys have this where you've started playing around with your tablets 2 or 3 months back and you're getting them down pat now, but you have these in progress or waiting inspections sitting on here from 2-3 months ago? Okay. All right. If you have these here, where it states that it's waiting or in progress from a couple months back, simply open up the inspection using this drop-down tool here and simply mark it complete. What that'll do is take it off of that inspection screen. It doesn't remove it completely. It's always there saved under the date, but at least it takes it off this screen. So the only thing that should be on this screen is anything that's happening today, whether it be waiting, in progress, or completed. All right? Yes, the question is, Maximilian wants to know, how do you remove them from the tablets? Well, first off, it's a completed inspection. We really don't want to remove them from the tablets. They're not saved on each of the tablets, so it's not taking up room on your tablet. It's saved in our server database. It also is backed up through Mitchell in the cloud. So you don't really want to remove them. If it was made by mistake, like they selected the wrong inspection and it's sitting on there, just press and hold for a few seconds, and then you'll be able question will pop up if you're sure you want to remove the inspection. Just simply hit yes, and that will remove the inspection. It also removes it from here, so you won't be able to see that. All right? Question is, why don't the inspections view in date order on the tablets? Well, I think it shows the last inspection, like the oldest inspection towards the bottom. I really haven't seen multiple, more than 1 or 2 inspections. How is it listing on your tablets, Karen? Is it the oldest one on the bottom, or is it the oldest one up on top? How is it listing? Yours are all over the place, date-wise? Interesting. Okay. Are they marked complete or are they marked in progress? All right. I'm going to have to look at that and review that, Karen, and give you a call back. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at other things that we have here in Report Pro that we can talk about. Okay, under the Tools bar in Report Pro, Louis, do you know where we stopped on 101, or do you remember where we stopped on 101?
No, sorry. I know
okay.
We did get a printout for today, though. We're supposed to do customizing advanced coupons,
which we just did.
History line. Restructure.
Oh, you got that
line.
Same one? Yeah.
Yep. Move the vehicle history.
Okay, so let's talk about a few things on here. The registry tires, I think we talked about in 101 of registering your customers' tires for you. The category tools, this is to help you reassign your line items and give them categories. So by selecting the load all, it's going to scan back through all of your invoices, looking at your line items, and then scroll up to the top here and take a look at your line items. So typically on items that are repairable items, maybe it was oil changes or issues like that, you want to be able to set these things gasket. So what is a category for gasket? If you right-click on there, it gives you the listing of all your categories. So if you simply assign that item to a category, and then for reporting purposes, you would be able to see these extra 6 items on your reports under the category. All right, so you can go through that and do that with each item, again, for reporting purposes and more information on your shop. Now, there's items that, if depending on how many invoices your shop does, could be in the thousands. So don't be upset with that. Just right-click and give it its correct category and move on. All right, odometer fix, something that's in case that there's a odometer issue, maybe inadvertently your technician put 370 instead of 307, he put 370, something in that nature. You would be able to see the error right here, and you would be able to click on that line and just simply add the fix to it, change it up, and update would go into Mitchell and update that for you. All right, custom commissions. I don't see that on here. But custom commissions is if you set up your commission structure for your technicians, the threshold dollar amounts, and commission rates for your technicians. All right. Goodyear point of sales for Goodyear distributors, Goodyear reporting purposes for your Goodyear shop. Move vehicle history. All right, move vehicle history. We made it easier for you to move vehicle history. Simply select the vehicle that you wish to move from, customer's name, search by license, the amount of history you wish to transfer, and select it to whom. All right, you need to have the customer that's receiving the vehicle into your system in order to move the vehicle information. All right, once you do that, hit the Perform History Transfer, and away it goes. Okay. I'm supposed to talk about the price list import. Well, here we go. First thing I want to say to you is stop. Make a valid backup before you run this program. And I think I may have touched this also, that this is something that I've never ran it myself, but I see this line right here. And if you are somebody that carries a lot of inventory, I suggest just calling our office and speak to Kenny Gillum, our operations manager. He knows this program better than anyone else, and I'm sure he would be able to be glad to spend the time with you to understand this particular item. I don't want to give you false information and lead you in the wrong direction. Just simply give him a call and ask for some help on that. All right. So for the last 15 minutes, let's open this up and let's see who has any questions on anything, be a Report Pro or any other function of ProPack. Let's have some questions. And Barbie has the same issue, all right? Okay, would like more of it.
Brittany,
mobile.
Yes, you can transfer the history to a new customer through Mitchell, but what this will also do is if you've created a duplicate customer with a duplicate vehicle without having to unpost the historical order, change the customer, repost that historical orders, you can do it right from here and everything else to get it all under one vehicle.
Okay, Bill, no, I haven't heard of any issue on the sleeping printer issue. If you remoted in and had one of our technicians look at that, there are a few items that they could possibly try for you to take care of that issue. Karen has one. Will you be able to email separate sub-estimates and not all sub-estimates? Yes, you can do that now, Karen. If you take a look, let me show you. In Report Pro, you have the ability to look at all sub-estimates, and your sub-estimates would be listed here, but there is a little drop-down box here in the corner that you can select, and there are your sub-estimates. Currently, it defaults to the first four, but let's say you had 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 sub-estimates built in there, and you only want to show certain ones to your customer or email. You can select the ones that you wish to send, refresh, and then you would be able to send those on its way. It would list them all here, sub-estimate 1, sub-estimate 3, sub-estimate 5, and give you individual totals or grand totals for that. Okay? That help you out? There you go. It is by default selected automatically to the first 4. Okay? All right.
Is there a way to say?
No, right now we don't have video available. I'm sorry. Brittany, is that doing it twice? What is that? I'm sorry. Did you catch that, Louis?
Well, I know that I had responded earlier there. Brittany, question I have. Again, if you have a duplicate customer and in Mitchell you go to do your change ownership, what ends up happening is now you've put 2 vehicles under that customer with that are the same. So by using the transfer, it will take it over and put it under the correct vehicle, so you don't even have to worry about doing a change ownership. All you would have to do there is get that vehicle history transferred to the one vehicle, and then you would be able to delete this duplicate customer along with that duplicate vehicle that was listed in the database.
Okay, Maximilian had a question here. In the future, can you make it so a customer can electronically sign on an estimator report? Yes, it is available now. If you were on the order and you, on the tablet, on the work order, select the 3 dots in the top corner, your option keys, and there is a capture signature line right there. You select that, have the customer sign directly on the tablet, and that will automatically add it. It will not add it to Mitchell. It adds it through Report Pro, so then you would be able to print out an estimate, a repair order, or a completed invoice at the end with the customer signature. All right, question is, can we send the in-progress work order with the pictures to the customer so they can look at them? Yes, you can. You can, if you're in Report Pro under Tools and Inspection Manager, that gives you the list of what's going on as far as your inspections are going on at that point. You do have the ability to open up the inspection and simply share via right now text message or email to the customer right from here at any status on the inspection itself. All right, the whole idea is to have the technician complete the inspection, and then you as a service writer would then go over the inspection, checking for any issues that you might have with it. Not an inspection, a work order? No, not at the time. I thought you were talking about an inspection.
Oh, the text.
I got it. Yeah. All right. Yes, I will ask about that, Nick. Put a future request in there, but that is a good idea, like you said, because when it goes to sign, it's just a big blank screen. But if there was a line with an X or some sort, yes, we could do that. Yeah, Bill, I know that is something that they're working on. All right. Anybody have any more questions? If not, we're going to end it here. Again, you can call into our office and request to have a one-on-one for any of our modules at any time. Again, just call in and request that time, and we'll be able to do a one-on-one with you, myself or Lewis, at your convenience. How do we get more information on mobile? I'm sorry, Krista, real quick. If you look here on the Report Pro using the Help button, there is a how-to guide right here that gives you step-by-step instructions through every one of our modules. For mobile, there is a lot of videos right here that you can click on that and go directly in to review any of our training videos.
Oh, Crystal, she wants about prices.
Prices, call into our office and ask for someone in sales, and they would be delighted to talk to you about that. All right. So there we have it. Thank you for joining us on 201. Keep an eye out for any other webinars that we have every Wednesday. And myself and Lewis, we want to thank you for spending your time with us. Enjoy, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks, Lewis.
Hold on.
Okay. What do you got?
To let everybody know, we are having a webinar on Mobile Manager next Wednesday, the 10th. So you might be able to sign up for that and get in on it if you currently don't have the Mobile Manager. At least you would get an idea of how it all works.